Have you ever found yourself just frustrated how annoyingly slow Premiere Pro actually is? Well, today I'm breaking down the exact workspace that took my editing sessions from just cluttered or just slow to actually clean and super fast. But before we jump in, if you want to learn how to make your first $1,000, $2,000, or even $5,000 per month with editing videos, then join the Editing Elite. Because in the Editing Elite, I show you how you can get high-paying clients for your editing business. So click the first link in the description to join the Editing Elite. And with that said, let's jump into the video. All right, welcome. So now I'm going to show you how I actually set up my Premiere Pro in order to work as efficiently as possible. And I'm just going to essentially show you my workspace so you can kind of just copy it and see for yourself. And I think this workspace works specifically well for talking head videos. What I have here is the Essentials tab. So I have also an Essentials backup, but if you open up this here, there's like all these workspaces, and from all the workspaces, I use Essentials, and I just modify the Essentials workspace, if this makes sense. And yeah, so this is the workspace. So what you can see here first is the timeline is looking a little bit weird because there is like a lot going on. There's these like big gaps here, but don't mind that. This is just for me so I can just edit and just get it more done a little bit more efficiently. Usually you just have like one video on just one sequence. So this sequence, essentially what I wanted to have it is like, it has to be super long. So why do I want it to be super long and not just like scale down like this and then have like stuff here? I'm not sure why someone would do that, because I think the more you can see on the timeline, the better you can make decisions, the better you have like an overview of the video. So this is why I have my timeline here set up this way, so I have as much possible view on the timeline. Especially it's really good when you're like sound designing. You can just drag this up and you have like more space, or drag this down and have like more visual space as well. And on the left side I have the tools. So I think this is the tools window here, and this here is the timeline window here. Okay, so I'm also going to show you how you can enable the windows that I'm using. But yeah, mostly this is what I really like about this Essentials tab, is that the timeline is super big. This was super important for me. On the right side you have this audio meter, whatever, so I can just monitor how loud the audio is. Okay, so this is yeah, just for me to see that there's no red lines here. I usually stay at -3 when I'm editing, just as a quick side note. And then we just go here to the left side. So on the left side, what I like to have is the effects tab. So I'm just going to type in, like, for example, parametric equalizer. I'm just going to like add it to the audio, for example. Or the next one is the projects tab. So I have all the projects or all the folders within this project, this Premiere Profile. Have all the stuff here at the top. I think when you open up like the starter pack, I think it's like at the bottom left here, but I think this takes away so much from the timeline, so I just like to have it here at the top. And usually this is also the window that I have open, because I'm just gonna add like more and more files into the sequence or into the timeline, like the B-roll or the music, whatever. So this is why I have the projects tab open usually 99% of the time when I'm editing the videos. Okay, because also when I like to animate, I just drag an adjustment layer on it, and I'm just gonna right click on the adjustment layer, and I'm just going to replace with After Effects composition. So this is why I like to have the projects tab open most of the time. And then I have a new tab which I just added yesterday, so I just wanted to try it out because we are using Artlist at the channel. So this is the primary thing that we use for sound effects and music. So I just wanted to try out like how to actually like add it more efficiently, add it more fast. And I saw that Artlist has this promo where they just let you try this this plugin essentially for free. And I just was like, okay, well, let me just download it. We just have the music and the sound effects subscription because we don't really use that much like stock footage. For that, we have like a different subscription for free pick. So here I'm just going to use it for music and sound effects. And if I'm doing like the sound design and I want to find the sound effects or find music, I'm just going to type it in, something like maybe energetic music or some stuff like that. And then we're just gonna drag and drop it onto my timeline. I can just definitely recommend it to use Artlist. So I think there's also a link below this video where you can get, I think, like a really good deal for Artlist. So check out the link below this video. It is an affiliate link, but I think I'm using it. Most of my clients that I work with are using it, and I just think this is the best tool for music and sound effects. And yeah, so if you want to check out Artlist, you can just check it out. If not, you can just use whatever tool you want to have. But yeah, I guess this Artlist thing is just the fastest way in order to like work with videos. Okay, so yeah, this is the left side, and again, I have like this project is set up as a template. So every time I open up the template, I have all these folders already set up. I just drag the footage folder in, and I can just kind of like just start working on the video. It's almost everything set up perfectly and in the best way possible. And if you guys want to have a specific video on templates for editing videos or anything that sort of video, then just let me know in the comments down below. I'm gonna make a really short and like a really good tutorial on how to use templates and what you need in a template and what you don't need in a template as well, because it's kind of tricky with templates. So yeah, so if you want that, just let me know in the comments. But yeah, with that being said, I have the main window here, and you see already there's these rulers here. So if you click on view, and you can just show rulers here, you can just turn it on. And what I like to do is, like say for example, it's 1920, so the pixels here. So it's a 1920 by 1080 sequence. So when I have like 1920, it's like what 960 is the middle. So whoops. So we go here. It says 960, as you can see, as the number here, right next to my cursor. And then you can just drag like a really nice guide or whatever this is here, place it in the middle, and just see if my subject is in the middle, or if any B-roll, whatever needs some adjustments. I can just drag that in and just have it like super easy, like just checking it. And the same thing here. I think it's like 540 or yeah, 540 is the middle point here from 1080. So what I'm going to do is just place here so you can see exactly what is the middle point here in the video, and I can just drag it out if I don't want to. So this is why I like to keep on the guides usually. And then I have the source here, which I don't really have often. I close pretty much everything I don't need within the project or workspace. So I can just save more time essentially as well, because I don't have to click around too much if there's just too much clutter. And there's also just saving like kind of like mental space as well, because if my desk would be cluttered, then my mental space would be also cluttered in the same way I treat my workspace as well. So I don't like to have like sequences open that I don't really use right now. And I have this sequence open right now because I'm actually rendering a video right now. So this is why it's actually open. So yeah, with that being said, I have this always set to fit, full. And what I also have added here is, if you go to button editor, you can just add some things here on the timeline. What I like to have is the export frame. I have the toggle proxies because I used it on different projects before. I don't really use this anymore, so I can kind of like just get rid of it. What I like to have is the global FX mute and also the loop playback. But I don't really use these, to be honest. So the ones I use the most is probably the export frame. Export frame is just makes a screenshot and adds it directly onto your files and also directly into your folder. So if you just want to have like a screenshot of whatever specific frame, it just does a really good screenshot. And yeah, this is essentially my playback area here. I don't have like before and after comparison stuff. I don't really use that. I think it's like 0.01% of the projects I worked on have I really used that before, but usually I don't really use that. And if I use it, I have to watch a tutorial how to use that. These comparison views where like two windows open. Yeah, I don't do that. I don't know why you would need that most of the time. So yeah, for my projects, it is not required to use. And yeah, so with that said, let's go to the third window, which is also the most important window. This is the effects control tab, so I can just see what effects I have added onto the project or the scene or whatever file on the timeline. And I have the essential sound tab as well, so if I'm working on a video that has like bad audio or needs audio improvements, then what I'm gonna do is just like have the essential sounds, enhance it, and then just go from there. Then I have the text, so most of the projects require like the subtitles, and this is why I'm doing the transcripts, and then I'm just adding the transcripts onto the timeline as a subtitle. And I'm just working on the subtitles here throughout the transcript or here throughout the properties. So yeah, I don't have like subtitles open right now, but usually I edit the text of the subtitle here in the properties tab. So this is why it's open, window, properties. But again, it's like the names here, you can just all see it. If not, there's like these extensions here as well, like like for example, Artlist Library or Autopod, which I'm going to come to in a second. Yeah, speaking of Autopod, Autopod is my AI editing tool. So this, what it does is it removes the silence or very quiet areas in the video where there's no dialogue going on. So I can just focus more on the pacing of the video. And it costs $30 per month. And it had like an affiliate link before, but I guess it doesn't work anymore. So you can just use Autopod if you want to. If not, and just don't use it. I would definitely recommend to you to try it out. There's a 30-day free trial, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely make sure to try it out for yourself. Usually what I'm doing is, if I have my audio at -3, is I have it on -34 decibels, 0.2 seconds, and then I'm just gonna create jump cuts. And yeah, again, I have made a video about how I rough cut videos, like a whole masterclass on how to rough cut videos the fastest way possible. So if you want to actually learn how to rough cut the fastest way possible, just check out that video, because that video is, I would say, a lot better than this video about like explaining Autopod, just showing how it works and the power of Autopod and this AI editing tool. And yeah, with that being said, let's get into the LUTs. So limit color. If I need to correct some colors or whatever, then I'm just gonna go here and yeah, just correct it. And also a super cool tip, guys, don't use these settings here. Like, don't use this at all. Use like this one, the color wheels one, because this here just creates like a really bad quality. Like if you expose this here, but if you use the color wheels, the curves, the creatives, and all that stuff, it's so much better like than these basic correction lights. So you can use these ones, like the color ones, but don't use the light settings here, but use mostly like the creative, curve, color wheels, HSL, vignette, whatever. That's cool, but don't use this. It just makes like the video just looks so much worse, like the quality of the video, instead of like using the actual color wheels. Okay, so I don't recommend it. I think there's like very little like times that I use it for myself, so definitely make sure to use these instead. Okay, these are way better and have like just they still maintain the quality of the video as well without like pixelating it too much. Okay, not sure if this makes so much sense. I just learned it, and this is why I'm like not really using these as well. This is how I learned it. Okay, so yeah, with that being said, this is my workspace pretty much. So I hope you guys like took away something. Again, my template is set up in a 1920 by 1080 sequence, but if there are like projects in 4K, I also like to sometimes just again just change the values here and to my likings, like for example this one here, 30 frames per second, whatever it is, and the color management as well. Depends really on the project itself. So definitely make sure you experiment with the sequence settings. And if you guys want a video about my template folder, and maybe you also want to have my template folder, then just comment down below. I'm gonna make a video about it ASAP. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this super like little tutorial. It was super fast, but yeah, if I was to start out today, I would definitely also want a tutorial like this, because this is so insanely fast to work with this workspace instead of the like starter workspace where everything is like all over the place. Okay, and by the way, if I'm editing like a reel or whatever, sometimes I edit a reel. Okay, it does not, I don't do that often, but if I do, then I don't really use this workspace, but I use my vertical workspace, which is also kind of set up the same way. Yeah, it has like this vertical on the right side, this like vertical playback window, which is super good because I can just see the video a lot easier. So yeah, but usually I also edit those on Essentials as well. So it really depends how I really like it and what is like the best fitting for you as well, like on how you should choose. But again, there's the vertical window if you need it. If I color correct, I don't go into any other tabs. Maybe I would do it in the future, but right now if I'm color correcting stuff, I'm just still like staying in the same window, like in the Essentials window. It just, yeah, if I really need something else, I'm just gonna add it to be a window to the left side. Other than that, I just don't really want to clutter my right side anymore, because it's just like super easy to scroll through these windows when I have my mouse here. Like text, properties, event controls, like everything is super easy accessible. So yeah, if you guys like this video, make sure to check out the Editing Elite, where I show you how to go from zero literally 0 to 5K per month with editing videos within that program. I'm also going to show you a lot more inside on how I edit, on how to get clients, on what mindset you actually need as an editor, or little tips and tricks on how to actually fulfill the client work the fastest way possible. Okay, so if you guys want to actually get a lot more sauce, learn a lot, it's super beneficial. You get access to me. You can ask me any question and I will answer every question that you ask me within the community. So with that being said, God bless you, and yeah, we'll see us in the next video.